I'm Kim Bevan and I'm the Director of Early Support, and this is...
I'm Sharon Kelly and I'm the Parent Involvement Coordinator for Early Support.
And Sharon will tell you a little bit more about herself in just a minute. I'm afraid this is death by PowerPoint again, but what we did was put quite a lot of information on the slides so that you could then access them. I won't read out the slides, do a bit of PowerPoint karaoke or anything, because you can read them for yourself. But I'll just highlight the key things that you might be interested in, and then you can make your own mind up afterwards. Or we could not even bother with any of the slides because it won't move on.
There's only one important one on there anyway.
No, don't worry. Just click on to the next one. Go back to the other play. Go back to the other bit. Click on the next one. And then just try that. See if that works. How weird. Just click, that's okay, because I can see that.
Okay.
We'll just do it that way. Is that all right? You can see what it says, can't you? Shift F5. Somebody who knows. Is that when the thing's actually up? We could have wireless radio. I think maybe not. It doesn't matter. Are we having more advice now?
Any offers? Any advances?
Yeah, I just tried that. I tried that. But we can try. Go on, have a go. Control Alt Delete, yeah. No, we'll do it the other way. It's okay. It doesn't matter. So, as we were saying, anyway, so early support. We thought we'd just start off by just telling those of you who don't know what it is a little bit about what it is, and then go on to tell you what we're doing now and what we're doing as a delivery partner. One of the things that we are wanting to emphasise at the moment is that early support is a way of working. I know that we've referred to it in the past as a programme, a project, a pilot, whatever it happens to be, but actually the fundamental element of early support is that it's a way of working. And it's a way of working that's underpinned by 10 principles. And if you want to know more about the principles, have a look on our website and we'll give you the details of that later on. And the principles that we've adopted, key to which is that families can live as much of an ordinary life as possible, is that we are aiming to improve delivery of services. And it is now from birth to adulthood. Early support started in the early years, 0 to 5. As a result of the Green Paper, we're extending it now birth to adulthood, which does have some issues around people becoming a little bit confused about where do we stop and where does preparing for adulthood start, because they're another delivery partner. But in fact, we're working in complete partnership, as Lucia will tell you, I'm sure. And we are wanting to enable services to coordinate the activity and, importantly, promote the provision of key working. Key working, we feel, is absolutely crucial to enabling families to live an ordinary life, and also young people to take control of their lives. And we want to make sure as well that families get the emotional and practical support that they need, and that is obviously very important from a key working point of view. We work to ensure that service delivery is child and young person and family centred, and that we take the very firm view, and this leads everything that we do actually, that the parent carer and or the young person is actually the expert on their own lives, and that really determines all sorts of elements of the work that we do. Such nice pictures on some of these slides. I just wanted to take you through a little bit about early support and the parent participation agenda. One of our key operating principles is that we don't do anything without parent, carer, and now young people's involvement. And we don't mean consultation, and we don't mean post-development involvement. It's involvement right from the very start to develop everything that we develop, to advise us on the direction that we should be going in, from a strategic and a practical viewpoint too. And it's really important that we can enable parents to share their views and expertise. And I think this is one of the things that we do try to work quite hard to do, is enable parents and carers and young people to become involved by giving them the support that they need in order to do that. I think one of the issues very often is that parents, carers and young people would love to be involved but don't know how, don't have the confidence to do so, don't have the support networks around them to enable them to do so. So that's something that we try to provide in a number of different ways, not least of which is our parent workshops, which you've heard from Anna and Karen earlier on, and they are one of our key training providers in delivering parents' workshops that we'll come on to a bit later. Let's move on. I just wanted to show you this. I think when we're looking at the participation agenda, I think we do see it in 3 overlapping strands, which is for practitioners, for parents, and strategically as well. So when we're looking at participation, we want to make sure that it's not just parents and carers and young people being involved, it's practitioners enabling them to be involved. So one of the things that we do try to focus on is training practitioners to make sure that they understand what parent participation and what young people's participation means. It isn't just consultation, it's a lot more than that, and training them to enable that to happen. And also producing materials to enable that to happen as well. And that, we hope, will increase the chances that parents, carers and young people will be able to be involved. We also look at parent-carer, look at making sure they have high quality information, because information is power and it gives you confidence. So that's one of the elements that we develop. Parent-carer focused planning and delivery. And you've heard a lot of mention about the single plan. One of the things that we're working with Preparing for Adulthood to do, and Anna mentioned this earlier on, is to develop something that's very much based around early support and person-centred planning, and produce a version of a single plan that we can offer to local authorities, to health, a proper education, health and care plan that you can have a look at, and we'd love you to have a look at it actually, to have a look and see what you think of it, that we could offer as a format, because one of the things that Kerry said the Pathfinders were looking for is what does it look like? Well, we've got a suggestion of what it might look like that we'd also like very much to share with you. And also from a strategic point of view, we have a national consistent offer that is based on parents' views and using parents' expertise, and that's something that we want to share consistently across the country. You know how the government sees it. This is just a quote from the Green Paper about we are going to look at the resources and the training and amend them in partnership with parents, and Sharon's going to talk a little bit about how you can get involved. Also, key working, this is something that we are tasked to deliver, is making sure that we have practitioners who are prepared, ready and able to give key working support to families, and I'll come on to what we're doing about that in just a second. So our brief is to develop, deliver and sustain early support materials, resources and training, and adapt them for use up the age range, so taking it birth to adulthood. Develop and deliver key working training. We've deliberately called it key working training because actually we feel that if you get key working support, it should be from the person that you want to get the key working support from, not necessarily from the person that you're given. And so what we would like is to position all practitioners to perform those key working functions. So the training that we're developing is focused on doing that. We are ensuring multi-agency strategic engagement of the whole sector, and we have all sorts of methods to do that, and you can find more about it on our website. And one of the key elements of this, of course, is ensuring that parents, children and young people and the professionals who work with them take ownership of early support. It's yours. You need to tell us what you want to do with it, you need to tell us what you want to happen to it, and you need to give us advice on how it can happen. And again, Sharon will come on to telling you a bit more about that. Okay. Yeah, do you want to click again? Okay, we'll go on to Sharon, and she can tell you a bit about one of the methods that we're using to try to ensure that we get you involved and other parents involved as much as possible, because Sharon is our parental involvement coordinator.
And I've been tasked with the job of getting parents involved nationally on the work that's going on with early support. So I value any support that you can offer me, anybody. So if you'd like to contact me, my details are in the pack there. When I was thinking about this presentation, there's two things I wanted to get across. The first thing is, my job with early support is a job. My life is with my beautiful daughter, who's up there now, Alicia. And Alicia was the reason that 9 years ago I got involved in the world of disability. She has a range of complex health needs, and she's one of those very rare children that's still undiagnosed at 9 years old, which is a journey that as a family we're going on. Two things that we always wanted as a family was coordination and someone to support us through this journey. It's not a lot to ask for, but that's what we wanted as a family. Speaking to other parents, I don't know if yourselves are the same, what do you want as a family? What do you need? You need support on this journey, and you need somebody who can help coordinate everything that's out there. Now I've got the secret formula for this. And for me, 7 years ago, that secret formula came in the form of early support and a key worker. And I want to share that secret formula with everybody. Every single parent in the UK, I want them to know about early support and what a difference it makes to your life. So it's not going to be a secret anymore when I've finished in 2 years' time. Everybody's going to be aware of it, and anybody that knows me knows that that's true. So the things that we want to do with the parental involvement coordinators, myself and Gav Cross were the national leads for this, and this is our role. So two things we want to do. We want to increase and sustain parental involvement in early support. So we want to get more parents involved in what early support is, what it looks like, and what it feels like for you as a family. It's not difficult. You know what your family needs. We need to hear that so we can then share that and find a way of doing that. And early support itself has a range of materials and a range of training to help parents to do that. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated, it's not complex, it's not jumping through hoops. It's as simple as that. It's about having that coordination, and I want everybody to let me know how that would work for them. Promote and build capacity for parent participation. So yourselves as forums nationally, there are lots of parents that you will know about but may not necessarily work with them, but it's about sharing that information with everybody involved in you and sustaining this. Early support is an approach. The materials are a tool that we can use to help with that approach. They help better outcomes for families, having that more coordinated approach. It's about doing that. And we're working with Achievement for All, because early support for us has been 0 to 5. We're now in that big wide world of 5+. My daughter's 9 and in school, and I want to share all that good practice and all that coordination with all kids in school so they all receive it. We have 23 professionals that work with us as a family. I have one meeting once a year that coordinates my daughter's year. And that's all I need. I don't need input any other than that. That's it for us. And I want to share that. And I want schools to understand that and to share. And schools to understand how important our children are. And yes, they do need a little bit more support, but we're not asking for the world. We're just asking for the same as what other children have. To go to school, be happy and enjoy themselves. And that's it. Yeah, go on, next one. We're nearly there. What we want to do. So we want to attend events to provide information like today, so people who've not heard of early support hopefully will go away having a little bit more understanding what early support is and why it's my secret formula that I'm now sharing. Want to share good practice. So what I would like is, if there are any parents out there that are going on a journey that they'd like to share with us, please contact me. I'd love to hear. And I'd love to be part of some of the journeys of people who are just starting to use early support and what that is like for all of you, because that's what we want to do. We want to share that with everybody.
We've got it on the website is where we want to put these stories as well. So if you would be happy to share them, we'd love to put them on the website.
Yeah, we would. Ensure parents are integral to early support, training and materials development, as I've said. So if you want to get involved in any of those things, contact me.
Parents
Gav.
are on all of our training working groups, materials working groups, but if you want to be part of the advisory groups for that, we'd love that.
Yeah, well, the more we can get from people, the better it's going to be. And what we've done so far, so we've looked at the pathway for early support and how we can embed it in school, looking at parent workshops in schools and getting the materials in schools, so there's developmental journals for parents to do. We have Facebook, we also have Twitter on there, so if you want to join us on our journey, please do. We've developed a payment system for parental involvement that's just being finalised at the moment. So any parents that
was
do...
based on yours.
Yes.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, so any parents that do get involved with us, you know, we do have a reward scheme as well. And we've linked parent forums with regional facilitators. So Impact, we're talking about the regional group before. We're working in the Northwest for that at the moment.
And just the last thing, just want to go on the last one, just the contact details. There's also a last slide, which we're not going to bother with, which is just showing you who's in the Early Support Consortium, but you can have a look at that on your website. Just the contact details, and please do get in contact with us, obviously through Sharon and Gav, but just more generally as well, you can do that. That's it.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to rush you.
Don't worry.